everybody here, everybody on this call, they all have a story, right? A story that has to be written, that's not finished yet. Obviously, none of us are 60, 70, 80 years old, so our story is still being written now. And at the end of the day, you are the author of your own script, right? You have to want it. Nothing in life is given, right? You must take initiative in this business, right? Everybody that's a partner, everybody that's a team leader, from Ken, Andy down, all of them, what they have in common is that they are all initiators, right? They are all problem solvers, right? If they don't know the answer to something, they find it, right? They're resourceful. And my biggest takeaway is that, a lot of you new guys coming into the call, or, leaders that are working to be team leaders, you got to start taking initiative for yourself, for your team, for your business, right? You got to want it, man. You got to want to hit the next plateau. It's not going to be given to you. There's going to be no handouts here in this business. Everybody here that's made it to the top in the business, they put time, hours, work, effort, blood, sweat, tears, right? And it's just like anything else in life, the more practice, the more effort you put into something, the more out of it you are going to get, right? So throughout your journey here with CMC, there's going to be highs and lows, right? There's going to be ups and downs. Just like the way the speaker was speaking on the call, he made it very clear that you got to keep it even keel, right? Even on your highs, even on your lows, right? And why do you want to keep it even keel? Because, you never want to get too hard on yourself when things aren't going wrong, and you never want to get too excited when things are going right? You have a plan, you have a journey, you're executing your plan, and everything throughout your journey is part of the plan, right? So you can't get too high about the fact that, man, it's working, it's clicking, I'm doing well, I'm finding success. Just as you can't get too bummed down on yourself when, you're having a rough week, or your team's having a rough week, production-wise, or whatever you want to call it, right? You got to stick to the vision, stick to the plan, stick to the journey. One thing that you need to understand, a lot of you new guys coming in, is that failure is inevitable, right? So what does that mean? What that means is that you are going to fail, right? Everybody on this call has failed in some sort of way in this business, right? And the biggest lesson in the business is your failures, right? Whether it's something as small as losing a sale, right? Not saying the right objection, right? Or whether it's something of not having the right relationship with one of your guys and he falls off on you, right? Whether it's you not having a successful road trip, right? Whatever it is, the biggest lesson in the business is your failures, the trials and tribulations that you go through, right? Most partners on this call have built teams from the ground up and rebuilt teams from the ground up, right? And I can tell you that every single one of these times that somebody had to rebuild, they learned a lot through their failures, right? I, for one, learned a lot through my failures, right? I had to rebuild the team. I rebuilt the team in the beginning of this year. But what I love about it, what gets me so excited about everything is that I know that it's being a leader and being in the position I am. I know that it all depends on me, right? I love that pressure. I love the pressure that if my team succeeds, it's because I was in the forefront of leading them to success, right? Just like if my team fails, I know that I'm the first one to step up to say that I felt that, right? It's the pressure, right? And, a lot of people naturally have that leadership built in them. A lot of people don't. Doesn't mean you can't learn it. But again, right? You are going to fail in this business, and you have to fail to learn, okay? Most of us here on the call, another thing that I liked that he was explaining about was a little bit about his story, about his success story, right? Where his parents came, immigrant backgrounds, right? Just about everybody on this call has some kind of story where their parents came from another land to come over here, right? What it was is that they're sacrificing just about everything they have to seek an opportunity for a better life, right? Parents coming to the States looking for the American dream, right? And it's crazy to me to think about, he said that his parents came with $20. They rode a boat all the way over here, not knowing the language, not knowing nothing, with just one duffel bag, right? Just a little story about myself. I know my father, when he was 14 years old, he's Salvadoran. He was born in El Salvador. He was going through a civil war at the time. He was seeing his friends die left and right. They would go to the school, lay out a table full of guns that you could think of. This is like elementary school. You're probably like 6th grade, 7th grade. And if you pick one up, you're in, right? You're in it. And he never picked one up. Fortunately, my grandmother was smart enough to send him out of El Salvador. From at 14 years old, he went to Mexico. And from Mexico, he came to the States at 16 years old, right? With nothing. Coming over here with now probably $1 in his pocket. And the reason why I share this with you guys is because, the hardships that my parents went through aren't even close to what I'm going through, right? A lot of times I'll tell myself, man, it sucks, right? Life's too hard. It's not fair. I'm going through a rough patch. I'm failing, right? I'm losing guys, or I can't get a sale. I'm rolling a donut, right? And it's pretty crazy to think that, I'm over here stressing about little things like that, right? Whereas the hardships that my dad went through to be able to make it happen here is nowhere even fucking close to what I have to go through, right? And excuse my language, but that's how severe it is, right? Think about your parents, right? Everybody has a story, right? What did your parents go through to get here, right? And if it wasn't your parents, what did your grandparents go through to get here, right? And we're complaining that it's too hard. We can't figure out a way to be successful in this business. It's BS, right? The answers are in front of you, right? The answers are on these calls. The answers are on your one-on-one with your guys, right? So why do I share this with you is because, it's normal to feel that, things aren't going your way and it's fair, it's too hard. But, think about what your parents went through, man. Think about their story. Think about your story, right? As I believe his name is Robert. As he said on the call, do you want to be mediocre, right? Do you want to be average, or do you want to be great, right? And what does it take to be great? It takes courage, right? It took courage for his parents to come over here. It took courage for my dad to come over here, right? It takes courage for me to speak on these calls, right? So, it takes courage to be great. And at the end of the day, I'll leave you guys with this. You guys are the author to your own script. Always remember that, as the great Mamba would say, the dream is the journey, right? And right now, what we're living through, this exact moment in our life, is the journey, right? And this is the dream, what we're going through. So just remember that, man. You guys are the author of your own script. And if you are ever feeling down, or if you're feeling it's too hard, just reflect back on your life, reflect back on your parents and what they went through. And, maybe that should put a smile on your face and make you realize that, what, it's not too hard. The grass is greener on the other side, and I will be able to make it happen. Yeah, that's really all I have for you guys.